One of the most commonly asked questions or topics that I discuss as I'm educating entrepreneurs and executives about the financial services industry is, where do conflicts of interest exist and what are they? And the most common one, or most prevalent historically, has been whom is giving the advice, and is that person or that business, are they also in the business of creating products that then will be distributed as part of that advice? Because that's a direct conflict when I am giving advice to you, and then I'm also, as part of that advice, selling a product that, so I'm getting paid on the advice and I'm getting paid on the product. That's a conflict of interest. Not to say that it doesn't necessarily match with your needs, it's just a conflict of interest. And what's happened in the wealth management industry, like many other industries over the last 10, 15, 20 years, there's been an incredible amount of technology disruption that I think has benefited the end client over the years and continues to. And one of the top things it has done, it's allowed both clients and financial advisors to exit or get removed from these large financial institutions that are creating products. It allows advisors and clients to step outside of that into independently owned businesses where they can provide advice separate from the conflicts of where these products are manufactured. So they can still access and use those products, but they're no longer working for that business to provide advice and deal with those conflicts. So that's really been a benefit. And a transaction that caught my eye yesterday that was kind of interesting, and I think you're going to see more of this, was Wealthfront, which is a Robo-Advisor that has been one of the products that has helped remove and separate the conflicts of product manufacturer from advice, was sold to UBS, which is a producer of proprietary products, and so it reintroduces that conflict of interest. And it's interesting because the Wealthfront CEO is quoted as part of the release as saying that UBS and Wealthfront share the same culture and values. And that's a pretty convenient statement, whereas a year ago it couldn't have been more opposite statements coming from him. But when you look at it from the UBS standpoint, it makes a lot of sense, right? Because they're acquiring technology effectively, and a lot of the large legacy financial institutions have had a difficult time recruiting top engineering talent away from Silicon Valley, so it's much easier for them to just acquire existing technology so they can immediately deploy it. The second is the cross-sell opportunity. They can now immediately gain access to thousands of investors that they can immediately inject their own products and services. So Wealthfront clients will immediately start to see UBS mutual funds, ETFs, money markets, lending products, all these types of things. That's a huge opportunity for UBS. And the last thing I think is just millennial segment of the market has been an area that's been difficult for the large legacy financial institutions to penetrate, to find new clients that didn't already have an attachment to the bank to become a new client. So again, they're acquiring those clients to give them penetration into that market. So I think you're going to continue to see a number of these transactions, because the challenge of independent wealth management outside of the big financial institutions is it's incredibly fragmented. So it's very difficult. Even though these technology providers who have taken a lot of private equity money have really, really good technology, it's becoming increasingly more difficult to scale because there's so much competition and it's such a fragmented market that they can't maintain the growth rate that they've projected to be able to return capital to these private equity investors. So a lot of them now are going to have to sell or find strategic acquirers like a UBS. So consolidation is something you will continue to see as a theme across the industry as people are starting to kind of pick the winners, and you're going to see a lot of consolidation. You're going to go to those winners, and the ones that were unable to win or secure the growth that they were projecting will be looking to sell and will be consolidated into larger businesses.